Greetings, badasses. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company, Yoga for the Rest of Us. All of the benefits, none of the yoga fitness bullshit. There's plenty of bullshit here. It just doesn't have anything to do with yoga. Today, this is a relaxation flow. This is chill the fuck out, babies. We are going to move and groove in such a way that allows us to quiet the noise in our lives for hopefully an hour, if not longer. The sole purpose of this flow is for you. Sorry, I'm shouting. I'm gonna lower my voice. The sole purpose, I have these new yoga pants and I thought that they were gonna be great because they have this little V, but I'm still short-waisted. It doesn't help. So I'm going to be fucking around with those the whole time. Chill the fuck out. Our whole goal is to get you at the end of this ooey and gooey and completely filled, bubbling to the brim of fucks that are just juicy and plump and ripe and ready for you. So let's do that. Comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Staff pose is pretty accessible for most folk. If you're feeling, sorry, I gotta blow my nose. If you're feeling tension or tightness, either in the back of the leg or in the low back, I want you to put a pillow or a bolster, rolled up blanket behind your legs. Excuse me, you can go one leg out, one leg in. This is a modified Z-sit. I love this one because it gives you a little adductor stretch while you're at it and a little external hip mobility while you're at it. Now, you just saw me fiddle. I'm sitting with my sit bones. If you lift your glutes out of the way, the pointy part of your they're called your ischial tuberosities. It's the pointy parts of your pelvic cradle, like the dips. I guess they're not pointy, but I want you to be sitting on that. And I have mine on the very edge of a blanket. Like I'm sitting on an inch of blanket. And it helps me rotate my pelvic cradle, take some of the pressure off of my hips, and allows me to be comfortable on the mat. If you're sitting in this position and your knee is really high, grab a bolster, grab a blanket, grab a throw pillow, whatever you got, and rest your leg on it, right? So that you can work on that. We want to use gravity as our friend instead of our foe, because gravity's a dick. We want to work on that, right? If it's real high, you're going to be feeling that in your hip flexors. Or you can join me for pleasant seated pose. This is not crisscross applesauce. Ooh, I'm feeling my left side. This is not fucking lotus pose. This is pleasant seated pose. My legs are in parallel. Both of them are on the mat. Oh man, left hip. Look at this. My right knee is on the mat. Look at my left hip. Tight hip flexors. Oh, right there. Why? Why just my left side? I do not know. All right, pulling our attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a scan of the body, checking in. State and quality of the physical form. How you doing today? Where are you feeling tension or tightness? I don't know what you've been up to or what you've been doing. Some might be playing out on your body. And we're going to move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. And maybe you've got stuff left over from the week. Maybe you've got stuff pushing into your brain for the weekend. I want you to slide all of that off to the side and clear your brain so that we can hold some silent space, because we're just going to focus that attention to what we're doing here in the body, on the mat, right? In our body, on the mat. And when that silence is nice and lovely, I want you to move it into the awareness of your breath and pay attention to how your body moves when you're intuitively breathing, right? I don't want you to exert any control over the breath yet. So traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of our noses, but not a lot of, that's not comfortable for a lot of people. If you're dealing with allergies, sorry, I have something on my eyeball that's not supposed to be there. If you're dealing with allergies or you're struggling with recovery from a virus, or just breathing through your nose is not comfortable, breathe. I don't care. Just breathe. Now we're going to exert a little control over that breath. I would like you to lengthen the inhale and work to match it to the exhale so that you're creating a lovely rhythm of breath that you'll work to hold throughout the practice. And that's what we'll return to. When something creeps into your brain, something happens, I want you to just notice that, slide it off to the side, and then return that silence into the attention. Attention to the breath. Wherever you are in that length and balance of breath, let's exhale all the air out of the lungs, reaching down towards the mat. Let's slowly inhale, sweeping the arms toward the ceiling, and we're going to connect the speed of the body to the length of the breath. If you feel like you're running out of breath or you're struggling for the breath, just pause wherever you're at, take a sip of air, and continue on with the movement. We're going to take a lateral extension, big reach on over. Inhaling up and to the other side. Let's come up through center and take our first forward fold, tracing fingertips down, tucking the chin, taking a little rock side to side. We're resting the body weight on our forearms. Knees, calves, ankles block. Actually, I'm going to go to the block or floor. Wiggle the toes, relax the feet, unclench the teeth. Walking hands back, unwinding that spine, reaching up toward the ceiling. Let's release hands back down towards the hips. This time, tuck those hands behind the glutes, bowing the chin forward, relax into the shoulders. Take a tilt of the ear over to one side. Release the chin forward and take a tilt of the ear to the other side. And we're just shifting side to side. Moving through that articulation of the cervical spine. We don't do head circles at the fucking yoga company because you will be grinding those vertebral phalanges. Those are the little wings that extend off and upward of the vertebra. Besides that, that is the most flexible. Your cervical spine is the most flexible part of the spine. It's cervical spine, thoracic spine, lumbar is very little movement, bowing the chin forward. Trace the fingertips around the front of the body and slowly stack cervical spine. So this is compression, and we often don't even need to do that, right? It's the backside. It's the bowing and the tilting. Those are the muscles that carry a lot of tension and tightness. I'm going to change the placement of my feet. If you're in staff pose, stay where you're at. The rest of us are going to swap those legs out. A little rock side to side. And let's start again. Inhaling up. We're going to take lateral extension, but hold here. Take an inhale. I want you to exhale, reach those fingers out over that opposite knee, right? Inhaling up, I want you to reach back, dive that elbow slowly towards the mat. And exhaling, reaching forward. Inhaling, dive that elbow back. You can keep your gaze forward. I'm following my hand gently. I'm not straining my neck. Inhale to center. Extend up and come on down to the other side. All right, I'm going to inhale to prepare here. Exhaling, taking those fingers out across that knee. Inhaling up and taking the elbow back. Inhaling up to center. Let's take our forward fold. Tracing fingertips down. Again, we're going to rest our body weight on the forearms, knees, calves, ankles, block, or floor. I'm going to stay on the block. Walking hands back. Nice big reach on up. Letting the hands drift back towards the hips. Again, I'm resting the hands against the glutes. Bow the chin forward. Drop those shoulders. Tilt the ear to one side. Bowing the chin forward. Tilting the ear over to one side. Releasing the chin down, tracing the fingertips around the front of the body, and slowly stacking cervical spine. Moving to hands and knees. I like to pad my knees with a blanket. I'm going to use the block between my ankles. Two fists on the mat. Knees to either sides of the fists. Heels of the hands move from 90 degrees out a full palm's length. Gotta move my blanket back a little bit. Slight engagement of the core, shrug the shoulders. Inhaling at center. Let's go ahead and Chakravarkasana bow. We'll take 3 repetitions. Tucking the chin, taking the forearms down, scooping the belly, rocking back into the fold. Wiggle those fingers. Inhaling forward. And tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and come back. Inhaling, and one more time. Turn the palms up, turn the palms down, spread the fingers. Inhaling forward. Let's what the fuck lean. Pushing out over a hip. Pushing out over hip. Two more just like that. One more time. Come into center, angry cat tuck. Inhale forward, flat back. Exhale, angry cat tuck. Inhaling forward and exhaling, angry cat tuck. Inhaling forward, let's Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back into the fold. Chakravarkasana bow, right, is a combo platter. It's a mini vinyasa. Make a fist with the thumbs outside of the hands, or outside of the fingers. Make a fist with the thumbs inside of the fingers. And also in Chakravarkasana, if your head, you can tuck your head forward. And that's going to put the stretch in a different spot. If you have thunder thighs and a belly, so if you're a human being, it's highly unlikely that you're going to have your head bowing towards the mat at the same time your hips are tucked into the heels. If I push my hips back into my heels, my head's going to tuck and I'm going to be off the mat. So you can decide where you want that stretch to land. Inhaling forward. And you can alternate. What the fuck, lean? And to the other side. Two more. Come into center, angry cat tuck. Inhale to flat back. Tuck the toes. Just take a gentle stretch in the feet. Flatten the toes. Inhale, angry cat tuck. Inhale to flat back, tuck the toes. Take that gentle stretch. Flatten the toes, angry cat tuck. Inhaling forward, tuck the toes. Press back a little more deeply. Come down to the forearms, roll up into the feet, and press into a calf. Into a heel. Stretch the calf. Bring those knees down, flatten the toes. Inhale forward, flat back. Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly. Draw back into the fold. Little rock side to side. Again, you're paying attention to where you want to put this fold. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Make some fists. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean. Now, as we move through this what the fuck lean, you can start to rock forward and back, making that stretch work a little more effectively for you. You might be releasing some tension in one part of the hip, and you might want to work into finding a placement that's different. Inhaling flat back, angry cat. Inhale to flat back, tuck the toes, press back into that stretch. Inhaling forward, flatten the toes, angry cat tuck. Inhaling flat back, tuck the toes, press back into the feet. Flat back it, flatten the toes, angry cat tuck. Remember, this angry cat tuck is about the space between the waistband and the tailbone. It's not about arching the back into the rib cage. So I'm flat in the upper back, right? Flat in the thoracic spine, and I'm stretching through that lumbar structure. Inhaling forward, take the forearms down. Let's tuck the toes and roll up into the feet. I have to step forward a little bit now that I'm working through these repetitions. Push down and stretch. Push down into a heel, stretch the calf. So hollow yourself up away from the mat. Relax the head. Even if your head is touching the mat, right? Just hollow yourself up. I'm pushing into the forearms and activating the chest and the upper back. I'm going to come down to the knees, flatten the toes, come into a fold here, tuck back into the hips. We're going to roll the back up for Vajrasana. So this is, and we're just going to work in repetition here. So exhaling, I'm going to take the double arm sweep, scoop the belly. I'm lowering my body with the power of the core into the fold. Scoop the belly, use the core to unwind. And exhale. One more time. We're going to move those hands forward, coming into flat back and Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and draw back into the fold. Roll the wrists, make some fists. Come on forward. What the fuck, lean. Come into center, angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes, press back into the feet. Inhaling to flat back, flatten the toes, angry cat tuck. Now I'm adding a little lean here. Inhaling to flat back, tuck the toes. Inhaling to flat back, angry cat tuck. So in this roundness of the lumbar spine, I'm going to add a lean. And lean. Coming on down to the forearms, tuck the toes. Step forward a little bit, press into a heel, big calf stretch. And calf stretch. Coming down to the mat, flatten the toes. Coming into this fold for our Vajrasana, so roll on up. Let's add a lateral extension here. So I'm going to take lateral extension, reaching down toward the knee. Inhaling up and down toward the other side. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhaling here, let's take our double arm sweep. So we're going to go 3 repetitions. Curl around the body or around the waistband and take our fold. Scoop the belly. Unwind and inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Bringing these hands forward, coming on up to Chakravarkasana bow. I'm going to take a sip of water. Inhaling forward, what the fuck lean. All right, we're going to add an element here. So I'm going to take my right knee forward slightly and what the fuck lean. I'm going to move my right knee back and move my left knee forward and what the fuck lean. And to the right again. And to the left again. Inhaling to center, angry cat tuck. Inhaling to flat back, tuck the toes and press back into the feet. Inhaling forward. Flat back, angry cat tuck. Add your lean. And lean. Inhaling to flat back, tuck the toes, press into the feet. Coming forward, flatten the toes. Angry cat tuck. Lean. And lean. Inhaling to flat back, coming down to the forearms. Tucking those toes to roll up. Step forward a little bit more if you need to. And let's deepen these calf stretches. Bring the knees down, flatten the toes. Come back into this fold. Inhaling up for our Vajrasana, standing on the knees. Lateral extension. Inhaling up. And releasing. Coming on up, let's take our 3 bows. So curling around the waistband, double arm sweep. And scoop as you inhale. Let's come forward. Nope, let's unwind. Sorry. Changing my mind. And we're going to take our arms out in front of us and lean back. Squeeze those hips forward. Inhale, come up. Reach to the ceiling. Exhale, lean back. And one more time. And now let's inhale and release. Reach those hands forward for flat back. What the fuck? Or not what the fuck. Chakravarkasana bow. Inhaling. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, drop back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Inhaling forward. Now what the fuck, lean. Okay, right knee's going slightly forward, and we're going to what the fuck leaning. Replace the knee, move the left knee forward. What the fuck lean. And again. Left knee forward. All right, inhaling to center, angry cat tuck. Lean. And lean. Come into flat back, tuck the toes, press back into the feet. Inhaling flat back, scoop the belly, draw back. Inhaling, tuck the toes, press back. Inhaling to flat back, angry cat tuck. Inhale to flat back, tuck the toes. And one more time, angry cat, coming all the way down into the fold. 2, scoop the belly and roll up to Vajrasana, lateral extension. As we're working this lateral extension, keep those hips stacked over the knees. So you're engaging the core here, rather than swaying out into that hip girdle. We're stretching the hip girdle when we do what the fuck, lean. We're stretching the hip girdle a little bit with that leaning down, angry cat. But right now we want to put this in the lateral extension. Inhaling 3 rounds. Nope, I lied. We're pressing back into that lean. I want you to scoop the belly, press the hips forward, and lean back. Inhaling up. And lean back. Inhaling up. And lean back. Inhale up. Let's take our 3 bows, scoop the belly, round the back. Unwind. One more time. Bring those hands forward. Let's come into hands and knees. All right. Left foot is going to swing about. Worm that foot forward, and we're going to press into the right hip. Lengthen that leg and stretch. I've got a nice big bend in that knee, right? I'm not hyper extending. Heel toe that leg around. Right leg is going to come around. Worm that front foot forward and press into hip. So I want your knee at or behind your ankle. That's how far forward you have to go with that foot. And lengthen the leg, soft bend in that knee and bow. All right, let's heel toe that foot around. We're going to go ahead and take our last Chakravakasana bow. Inhaling at center, tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Let's walk ourselves up. We're going to move to our backs. So I'm taking my blanket out of the way. Taking some wagwa. All right, coming down to my spine. I'm going to lay on the mat. I got to move this block. All right. Now I'm going to be using the strap. If you've got one, grab it. If you've got a prop of some kind, right, we're going to use that in a little bit. Do some adductor stretching, but let's just start with our windshield wiper sweep. So my big toes are going to the outside edge of the mat, comfortable angle of the knee. Inhale at center. This is how short my waist is. Look, this is where the waist on these pants is. That's my rib cage. Right there, right here. So technically these pants should hit me here. Oh. This was the benefit of the days when everything was bespoke, because it would fit you exactly. I could make my own clothes if I started sewing. Wait, Joann's is closed. I'll have to find a fabric shop. I even have a serger, so I could actually make yoga pants. I'll just add that to my list of things to do. Sorry, I have shooing those things off to the side. Let's quiet our mind. Me too. All right, I'm going to heel toe those feet in, take a little tuck of the tailbone, draw the knees toward the body, and then I'm taking my strap. So we're going to work left leg first. We're going to work in a little hamstring, a little adductor, a little piriformis, and then we're going to work the right leg. So maybe your angle of leg is way out here and parallel to the thigh, because I want the back of your leg to be long, right? Yoga is not about getting your toes to touch your nose. Yoga is about creating length from your hip to your heel, right? Soft bend in the knee, dorsal flexing, taking a little stretch, maybe pushing into the right foot a little if you need be. There's a hamstring stretch along the continuum, right? So take that pressure off and then add that tension. Someone emailed me. Who was it? I forgot. And they said, well, you told us we're not bouncing. This is not bouncing. We're working in repetition, right? So the difference between bouncing is this. If you were bouncing, we'd be going, huh, 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 huh. It's something that a lot of gym teachers do. And now we're holding in the stay, right? If you're pulsing or bouncing, what you're doing is creating more tension and anxiety in that muscle. Your muscles are like rubber bands, right? If you want to stretch a rubber band and make it longer, you don't bounce it, right? You hold it or you put it around something. Release that. Release that tension. Sorry, don't release that leg. I'm going to bring my left hand up to the strap. If you don't have a strap, just take it around the back of your knee. And I'm coming out to the left. Big adductor stretch here. And that's why repetition, right? Because also, if you put a rubber band in the freezer and then try to stretch it, you're going to snap it. So that's the other metaphor about when we work in repetition in yoga, we're creating blood flow, we're warming up muscles, we're releasing all of those tiny little bits of tension that might be holding on to the muscle fibers. And then after we've worked through repetition and warm up, we can do these stays where we're holding position. I'm going to lengthen my right leg out. Slowly bring that left leg up. I'm switching hands, so either taking the strap or going around the top of the knee this time. And we're going to go piriformis only. So keep the hip down. I'm just taking the leg. I'm not taking the big twist. This is piriformis. This is IT band. This is a little hamstring. Maybe even down into the calf. Keep that foot dorsal flexed. Now I'm going to go ahead and roll. I'm going to let that hip go all the way off the mat and take this over for that big stretch up into the glute med. And let's unwind. Oh my goodness gracious me. Whew. Bring that leg in. Bring the other leg up. Little adjustment here. You're going to have to get back into square. Oh my God, my right hip is already starting to tense up because it knows what's coming. Ooh, howdy. All right. Strap around the ball of the foot, just below the ball of the foot, right? In the arch. Lengthen that leg. Push that heel away from the hip. Soft bend in the knee. Dorsiflex the toes. Give me some tension. Hold for a breath. And then release that tension. Give me some tension. Take an inhale and an exhale. All right, we're gonna bring that leg into our placement of stretch. And now so we're just holding and breathing. All right, I'm going to reach up with my right hand, so either around the outside of the knee or onto the strap, and I'm going to open, open, open. Oh, big adductor stretch. Holy Toledo. Wow, I'm feeling that all the way into my plantar fascial ligament. That's the arch of the foot. All right, lengthen that left leg. All right, I'm going to bring that leg up, switching hands, right? Either to the strap or over the top of the knee. I'm taking my right hand to my right hip. I'm keeping that hip on the mat and just taking that leg across the body. Oh my gosh. I'm wiggling the toes of the left foot. Getting a foot cramp. That's the body releasing tension, and it doesn't know quite what to do with it, so it shoots it out into the feet. That's a layman's explanation. I'm going over for my big old stretch. God damn, I love fucking yoga. I'm going to unwind that. Bring that knee up and in. Fingertips over the tops of the knees. Inhaling at center. Let's go ahead and Apanasana it. Draw those knees up. Release the tension in the back. Oh my gosh. Inhaling. And exhaling. Cramp it in the foot. Keep your chin tucked. Try to relax those shoulders. This is just about the hips and the low back. This is the pelvic lumbar rhythm. Alrighty. Whew. Take a moment to check in with your body temperature. I'm having hot flash, so I'm not going to add a layer, but you might want to turn off your fan or put on some socks. I don't know where you're at. Maybe taking a drink of water, grabbing what you need for final relaxation. Full relaxation, legs extended, arms at your sides, palms up. Now we did a lot of hip work, a lot of low back work, so this might not be super comfortable for you. You could put a pillow behind your legs. You could roll a blanket or a towel behind your neck. You could put a blanket underneath your tailbone to your waistband. Keep that lower part of your torso in the same plane. I'm going to go feet on the floor and knees to the ceiling. I'm letting those knees tent. You can put your arms wherever you want. Cactus is perfectly lovely. If you want to rest them on your belly, beef, that's all fine. If you're gestating a human being fully and completely by your own autonomous will and you have access to reproductive care and rights, put a pillow between your legs. You lay on the side that you're allowed to lay on. I don't remember which one it is. If you have a body bolster, grab that mama jamma, put it between your knees, let your arm hug it and support your head. You could take seated relaxation, seated meditation if you want. I don't know if it doesn't really serve this flow. So I'm just going to throw that opinion out. Pulling our attention and awareness into the state and quality of your forehead. I want you to notice all of the tiny little muscles and nerve endings around the eyes, into the cheeks, wiggle the jaw, unclench the teeth, and then relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Give me a little shake of the head, no, a little shimmy of the shoulders. Wiggle the arms, roll the wrists, wiggle the fingers, and then let the upper body relax into the mat. Notice the length of spine from the base of the neck down between the rib cage. Tuck the hips and let the tailbone sink toward the floor. Notice the legs. Give me some tension in the quads. Flex the feet, flex the calves, roll the ankles, wiggle the toes, and then let the lower body take its rest against the floor. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking. Checking in and noticing the silence. So if there's things that are trying to make their way into your attention, let's just shush them off to the side, right? We're going to quiet our mind and hold on to this feeling. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, no decisions to make. And then anchor that silence into the breath. And I want you to pay attention to the path of the air into and out of the lungs. Let's expand that awareness out into the body. Drawing some deeper breaths in. Sighing them out. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the wrists, the fingers, roll the ankles, lengthen the arms out to the side. Now, you are in your own space. That's the beauty of doing this at home. So you can take as much time or as little time as you want. I'm going to bring a knee up and give it a hug. I'm bringing the other knee up and giving it a squeeze. Rock side to side. Roll from one hip across the body to the other. Oh, I sense some time with the foam roller into my future. Oh, right there. Yep. Whew. Rocking all the way over to one side, peeling the upper body off the mat, and coming into comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Stacking shoulders, over ribs, ribs over hips. Taking a scan of the body, checking in, state and quality of the physical form. And we're going to move our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our breathing and notice how our lungs feel after that. And finally, checking in with your breath. With your mind. I'd like you to anchor this silence and hang on to it. Now, if you're headed for bed, oh boy, get yourself there quickly. If you're headed out for the rest of the day, remember, let's just anchor this silence. We don't have to let go of it, right? We can move deliberately and peacefully without hurrying. We can hold on to this feeling for a little bit longer, right? We've plumped up these fucks. We've really gotten them. We've petted them. They're purring, right? We want to let our fucks marinate in this loveliness. Blinking eyes open, let's release practice. Taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Really honor that, right? Because some days are easy and some days are not. And we just have to understand that our best is dynamic and quit beating ourselves up over not doing more, right? Or being better. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. All of the benefits. None of the yoga bullshit. Grace and kindness, people. Don't let the assholes get you down. I wish for you what I would wish for myself. And it's the golden rule, people. It's the golden rule. I don't understand. Feeding people is not a bad thing. Having empathy for people is not a bad thing. Allowing people to live their lives as long as they are not hurting others is not a bad thing, right? Don't be a dick, man. Don't be a dick. It's not that hard. Apparently it is, but it's not. That's all I've got. Ciao.